You ain't heard this stuff yet. Bottom of the notes.
G'day there, podcaster. Welcome to Bottom of the Notes, where we just do some content for you, fresh content. It's just stuff that we didn't get around to doing for the radio show.
Yeah.
I got one here. This really is, for me, like bottom of the notes type stuff. I wrote this down when it happened, and then I was like, I just don't know what this is, but I thought it was worth talking about in this format. I went up to Brisbane middle of this year for 5 nights to go up to see Sam's grandparents.
Yeah.
They're called Lola and Papa.
They're very cute.
Very, very sweet couple. They're in their late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And I had Nana growing up and I had Poppy growing up, but I never really had like the
complete set.
The complete set. Never had the full set. So it's nice that I kind of almost get to experience that through Lola and Papa.
As in two sets of
Yeah, like you get the whole package.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I had Nana and I had Poppy, but I never had Nana and Poppy.
Like they were like different. They were different. Yeah.
Yeah. Very sweet old couple, but isn't it crazy? And Liam, I feel like you definitely could relate to this because I know what your grandparents are like.
Yeah.
They're so chatty with everybody. Like they love to chat with people.
Yeah.
And so for those, because we tried to spend like as much time with them as possible when we're up there for the 5 nights. And so we did everything. We did breakfast, then we went out and got lunch, then we got dinner most nights. And it blew me away how chatty they were with every single person that they encounter. Like they would. The worst part is like I could see like so they'll go, oh, we'll take you to coffee. The place we get coffee, great. Went there, and then she was trying to introduce us. Like Lola was like, oh, this is Sam and Ben, and I was like, I could see in their eyes they didn't care. But they're all being polite because this is an elderly person going, oh, this is my grandson, granddaughter, great grandson here, and then oh, hi, how are you?
Awesome, sick one. Yeah, there's a big line behind you. Like,
The one that blew me away was we were walking through the shopping centre, and she stopped to talk to the shopping centre cleaner, and they had a really big chat. And then after, I was like, oh, you know that guy? And she was like, yeah, that's Emil from Serbia. He lived with them for a while, and she taught him English.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's so sweet. So how did
she met him. He, I think, had just come to the country, needed somewhere to stay. As in, like, I think he was like staying somewhere, but it was tricky where he was.
Like
so
short time,
she just offered him a bedroom because they got spare rooms.
When they're at the shops, or
I don't know how the first interaction happened, but she used to be an English teacher back when she was working.
Right.
So she invited Emil to stay with them until he got on his feet. And she said, while he was with us, I taught him how to speak English.
That's
and now he's the cleaner at the
beautiful.
shopping centre.
But you know, it makes me think about like the older the people are, the more chatty they are. Is that just how the world was 60
Back in the
years
day,
ago?
yeah.
And now we're all so rude and so isolated.
I'm pretty
and so
chatty, guys.
addicted. No, but everyone's so in their own world with their AirPods and their phone that you don't like. We're talking more than ever, but digitally. But in person, you don't. Whereas, was the world like that back then? Did you just walk past people like, "Hey, how are you? What are you doing today?" Is that just what it
I'm
was
so
like?
chatty that it shits me when people aren't chatty. There's this one particular neighbour, and they just don't chat. And I chat with all the neighbours, but there's just like one sort of across the road. And they're both like, if anything, they're like more our age. And I always wave and I always say hi, and they never wave and they never say shit. And I think, God, you're so sad and rude.
Just a quick one on neighbour interactions.
Yeah.
This was today, actually. It happened a few weeks ago, and it happened again today, where my neighbour, who I quite like, lives across the road from me. He went, "Hey, Sam, Ben."
Oh,
And he did it again. Because I told you a few weeks ago when he did it, and he did it again. And you could see the pain. In
Sam, Ben.
Sam and Freddie. Oh.
Yeah, mine, I don't know. I'm like, have I wronged these people in some sort of way? I'm always like, hey.
I think some people just don't want to talk.
Yeah, I know, but I don't
Maybe
have
they
to have
don't
a big...
like the show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even I don't like many people, but if a neighbour waves, I will wave back for sure.
That's what I mean.
Like,
It's like,
strange
oh,
that you
you're
wouldn't.
that guy. Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I want to see you and take the bins out and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be worth at least a g'day or just a, the head nod. Just, yeah, we all live here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in an apartment building and the lift rides are just horrendous. Like, it's just no one talks to each other. And
Do you
everyone
know
in that
though
building
when
is young, though.
do you know when you get in the lift who like belongs to what room?
Nah, not really enough yet, but I do see someone, I'm like, oh, I've seen them before. But, like, just no one talks to each other. And they're all, like, our age. Like, everyone just gets in there just like, It's just like, okay. It's sad.
Well, that was bottom of the notes.
And that's it!
Like podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.